everybody, 7 o'clock Tuesday evening. Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Going to check out some cool toys and memorabilia on Toy Tuesday. Ryan and Amy are here with us, ready to go. So, been kind of a busy day. I'm almost running a little bit behind tonight. We went and made a run today. Got a few parts for Dad's Cadillac for the 39, and I picked up an old Ford. So, definitely going to be bringing you that here soon as well. Big Job's here with us. Pete's on. So tonight, I've got plenty of junk laying around. I just had to grab a couple things and kind of get ready here at the last second. So we got a handful of cool stuff to look at tonight. Not a ton of stuff, but that's okay, because by the time we get done talking about some of this stuff, it usually takes a few minutes anyway. So always a good time. And I got kind of some neat, different stuff. Start off with a few pieces of small dealership memorabilia, plus a really funky, Peter's here with us from down under, a funky truck from the 70s, a funky Buddy L. Anthony's here. And then a couple of cool lunch boxes. So Norma's on with us. So anyway, let's go ahead and get rolling. Looks like we got some of you here and ready to go. So questions, comments, be sure to throw them up. I'll sure try to catch them as we move along. And we'll start checking out some super cool memorabilia. Steel Ponies, Jeff Taylor's here. Bill Disk is here. All right, let me get regrouped here. And let's go ahead and get rolling. Let's get things flipped around here. Mark's here with us. I got your text today, Mark. I was out hauling cars, so I didn't get a chance to get back with you. But anyway, we'll start off with a couple of little small dealership pieces. This is kind of a neat little piece. Got it with some other stuff. Don't know a lot about it. It's just a little envelope pouch type thing. But, man, it kind of covers a lot of stuff. From the Brooks Motor Company and Service Station. Norton, Kansas. So it's just a little envelope is all it is. But it's so cool. Chevrolet, Oldsmobile, Goodrich, Sinclair. I mean, it kind of covers a lot of bases in one shot. So, 24-hour tow service, complete warehouse stock, including your size of tires, Sinclair Super Service, even telephones. Both United and Farmers. There's the telephone information. Now, on the back, if you've been hanging out with us here for a while, you know the Kansas license plates used to have a 2-digit number to denote the county on the plate. Thought I had one laying here, but I don't. But on the back of this card, it lists all the Kansas counties with the 2 digits on it. So I'm going to have to keep this on the desk. So as we pull up some old license plates with the 2-digit numbers on them, we'll be able to figure it out. Credit card holder, I don't even know if they had credit cards back then. It was so old. But it literally lists all the counties on it. So we can keep this handy for Sunday night so we can identify what county some of those plates are for. Now on the inside, Kevin L. made it tonight. When you receive your, this is, for your license. When you receive your license certificate from the state office, keep it and your motor vehicle operator's license in this holder. Many people lose their certificates and are put to extra expense and trouble when unable to produce them. Yours for service, Blevins Brooks, distributed in courtesy of Edith Bauer, County Treasurer. Lee from New York is here. So, Kansas counties, Chevy, Oldsmobile, Sinclair, Goodrich, a whole bunch of coolness all in one little palm-sized packet. The next piece we're going to check out, another small piece of dealership memorabilia for our truck fans. This little clipboard is from Highway GMC, Grand Island, Nebraska. Fairly heavy. It is all metal. It is just a regular basic clipboard. It's kind of a smaller one. It says for your license and registration, so I don't know. That was obviously well before my time. But the super cool with the GMC Trucks logo from Highway GMC in Grand Island, Nebraska. Even got felt on the back. More info on that than there is on the web, yeah. So there's a couple of cool little dealership pieces. Oh, I just got a text. My buddy that I bought all this stuff from just texted me. It literally popped up. He got 3 more loads today. Got to get back with him soon. So, but the next thing we've got, this is kind of a funky truck. It's definitely got to be 70s. It's a Buddy L, and it is a Buddy L Zoo truck. And this thing is so wonky and so funky, I had to buy it. Check this thing out. Eric's here with us. The Buddy L Zoo. Actually has animal pins on it, with even a few animals still in it. On both sides. Tweely D's here. And came with a pink elephant. Yep, Jeff, it is kind of cute. It's in great shape. Like I said, got to be 70s, maybe late 60s. Yep, Jim says, yep, definitely 70s. You look at the nose of this thing. The zoo sticker just has the zoo sticker on one side. If that shit doesn't prove the 70s, we're drug influenced. Nothing does. That's a good point, Pete. And you haven't even seen the really funky part about it. Check out the axles on this truck. They were intentionally slotted and set on a pivot so that they would wobble. I have no idea what the purpose of that was. It is a Buddy L, Mark. It has Buddy L stamped in the back. But the way those axles are set up, it literally can wobble and turn itself. More to Pete's point, that's exactly right, Bill. So, yep, it can kind of steer itself with those wonky axles. Off-roading, yeah, there you go. So, I had to have that. I don't know why. It spoke to me. So, yep, could be rough terrain, rock cart, rock crawler. Numero uno's here. So there's the gotta be 70s era Buddy L Zoo off-road suspension, whatchamacallit, truck, complete with the pink elephant in the animal cage. Whoa, there went my door. My door popped off. Slide it right back in the hole there. Yeah, it's the zoo truck. Looks like a circus truck. Got a pink elephant in it. Looks like a circus truck. Acts like a circus truck. But it says zoo on it. So it must be the zoo truck. All right. A couple more things we want to check out tonight. I'll put the pink elephant away. We don't want him to get away. All right, couple more pieces. Meep, meep. Rico and Jess are here. Well, check this out. I promised you lunch boxes. Boom. All metal. Meep, Roadrunner. Shows the coyote up to his antics. Bonk. There's a sticker on that side. Of course, we've got the designated dynamite rocket wham right into the bricks. And, of course, a massive rock falling right on the coyote. Pretty good condition. It's got a little bit of fading. No thermos in this one, but really in pretty decent shape. So I was kind of, obviously Roadrunner definitely has vehicle ties. Obviously this is based on the cartoon. Pink Elephant would go good with the Auburn badge. That could be true. So got to be late 60s, maybe early 70s on the Roadrunner Mimi lunch pail. And it is all metal. Roger's here with us. All metal, old school Roadrunner lunch pail. So I figured you guys could appreciate that. Even though it's somewhat car related, but basically based off of the cartoon. That's another good point, Pete. The Auburn badge creates the pink elephants. It's not new. It's got some fading. It's got some scratches, but it's in pretty decent shape. Now this next one does have a year on it. It is also cartoon related. However, it is car cartoon related. And I kind of vaguely remember this cartoon, but not very well. But I bet some of you will. Dennis is here. 1973, Hanna-Barbera. Not a big, really huge cartoon. Like I said, I vaguely remember bits and pieces of it. But thought it was kind of neat. And obviously with the graphics and the colors and everything, I had to buy it. And it is metal. Tweely D got it. Tweely D was right. Speed Buggy. An authentic, all metal, Speed Buggy lunch pail. And Speed Buggy at the Raceway 500 on the other side. This one actually has a plastic tab on it. Tweely D loved it. Speed Buggy right there. Speed Buggy jumping the sharks. Pete said she was smoking hot. Peter remembers her from down under even. Polish it up, Speed Buggy. This side has a sticker on it, so it's kind of somewhat covered up. It's kind of similar sticker to the other one, but Speed Buggy on the sand dunes. And on the bottom, Speed Buggy on the train tracks. I don't know what the relevance of this thing is, that it's going to get clobbered by the train, because obviously it's on a bridge. There's nowhere for Speed Buggy to go. Nope, Mark, don't have Scooby-Doo. These are the only two I've got right now. 1973, Hanna-Barbera on the bottom of it. On the original, authentic Speed Buggy metal lunch pail. Once again, no thermos in this one either, but still not in bad shape, considering this thing is 50 years old. And these were not meant to last. Speed Buggy jumps. These were cheap, thin metal, thin paint. They were not meant to last. This thing's 50 years old, still has great colors, and looks awesome. Shopcast's supposed to be working. Whoops. Yeah. So that's what we've got for you guys tonight. The dealership memorabilia. The off-road turning Buddy-O Zoo truck. Complete with pink elephant. Oops, stand up. And the awesome Roadrunner and Speed Buggy lunch pails. Speed Buggy can ride the train tracks. Johnny Z's here, loves the lunch pails. Yeah, turn from the last post. They're a doozy, that's for sure. Frank's here. So anyway, that's what we've got for you tonight for Toy Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed the memorabilia. And like I said, I love getting this stuff. It's a ton of fun. I really dig it. And I'm glad you guys liked it too. And I'm glad you guys stopped by and hang out and have some fun with it. Obviously, some of you caught the video from last night. Pretty amazing, to say the least. We actually shot that in November. They just started releasing a little bit of content on that car last Friday, so that we were able to roll the video out last night and actually have more coming on that car. That was the story, how they found it, showed it coming out. Just got a couple old snowblowers and a 78 Craftsman and a 68 Toro. There you go. So I think we've got another video coming up where we get into some of the details, some of the really neat little touches that made a Duesenberg a Duesenberg. We've got another video coming up where we just spent 5 or 10 minutes under the hood of that Duesenberg. Kevin thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to do. Brian loved it. I thought I was watching Chasing Classic Cars. Well, I don't think I'm quite that good, but super excited that Doug called me to come down and do that. He invited me to come shoot that. Bill liked it. It's going to be an amazing car. Seeing one of those cars in person is something else. Learning about it, working around it, doing the content on it, putting it all together. You know, a lot of those clips Doug and Jill Prey shot when they found the car, when they pulled it out of the garage. And, you know, they got all those to me. I stitched that all together. And so we got all that put together. And we did, like I said, we knew we had a lot of content from finding it, pulling it out of the garage. Mark gives it a 10. Thanks, Mark. To the basic story behind it, to the quick overview of it. We knew we had a lot of content, and that video was long, but we needed to cram all that in to get the basics down. Now, the next 2 videos we're going to do on the Duesenberg, one, like I said, we're going to talk about some of the details of that car. Some of the stuff that makes, did you sweep up any of that 7-figure dust? No, I didn't get any of that. Yeah, they knew exactly what they had. They were very well aware of it. They had multiple people try to buy it over the years. They just weren't ready to do anything with it. But yes, they were aware of what they had. After they had heard about Doug, they contacted him to help arrange that deal and find that car its new owner, which they've done. And actually, it was already done in November when I was there. But it was all, that car had only been in Oklahoma for a week or 2 at that point. There were a lot. Yes, the headlights are there. The hood ornament is there. All that will be shown in the next videos where we get into the details of all those pieces and talk about some of the super interesting bits and pieces that came with the car. Some of the, no, Doug didn't buy it. He helped move it on to the next owner. But he did arrange it all. He did work with the seller and found the buyer and made it all come together. So, but, I mean, when it comes to Auburns, Accords, and Duesenberg, Doug is that guy. He is that guy. So, Joe wiped out a bunch of those Buddy Hells over the years. So, he got the call, which was great. He found a new owner for it that has nothing but respect and appreciation for the car. Like I said last night in the text, the plan is to get the car running and driving in as-is condition, show it as is for a while, and then embark on a concours restoration. So, we'll get a video up. I'll probably post the video tomorrow night on all of the little specifics. The lights, you know, because the headlights, the rear bumper, all that stuff that's off the car is all there. The hood ornament. You know, we were able to show you all that. But I knew that video from the clips that we had of getting it out, getting it to Oklahoma, unloading it in Oklahoma, and Doug telling the story. I knew that was going to take some time, and I didn't want it to be an hour-long video. So that's why Doug and I talked about it and decided to break it up a little bit. So we'll follow up tomorrow night with the video on the other pieces and the details of this car. And then probably next week we're going to get we'll get into the engine part of it. The new owner will have the car restored, but it's probably going to be a year or 2. They want to get it running, driving, and display the car in as-found condition at this point is kind of the game plan. So, amazing car. Obviously, if you've been hanging out, keeping up with the videos, Adam Prey, Doug's son, has now taken over the factory and is running the restoration facility. So, Jeff Taylor's dad's cousin said he'd get rid of everything for one of those cars. Yeah, and they are expensive, expensive cars. You know, restored. You see those cars pop up at auction in the $3 to $4 million range. So not for the faint of heart by any means, but a very beautiful, very stunning car. The coachwork is magnificent. There were some changes made to that car. The skirted fenders are not supposed to be that way. Those will need to be changed back to the way they were. That was added on later. But like I said, we'll get into some more of that on the next video, where we really take a look at this car and some of the specific details. Just like one stupid thing I remember off the top of my head, when you roll the windows down, you've all rolled the windows down on your car, and you've got that gap there where the window is. I mean, everybody's familiar with that. Sometimes the window lays pretty flush, and you kind of put your arm up there. You know, sometimes you got a big gaping hole there where you put your arm up and you pull your arm up and you got a big line across it. You know, everybody's familiar with that. Everybody that has an old car is familiar with that. When you roll your window down, that's what you're up against with that gap where the window goes. Unless you drive a Duesenberg. You don't have to worry about that if you drive a Duesenberg. So we're going to show you that. And that's just one of the weird things that I remember of when we did the videos, because like I said, we shot these in the middle of November. I think the interior had been recovered before. So I don't think it was the original leather on the seats. I think that had been redone. But like I said, we shot this middle of November. I've just kept it under my hat because it wasn't, the new owner wanted to get everything finalized on his end, which I understand. I mean, I completely respect that, and have everything done, signed, sealed, and delivered before any of this went public. And obviously, now that you guys have seen the car and heard the story, you can understand why the new owner would want to make sure everything was done before it was released to the public about the find, because it is an amazing car. So we'll bring you some more of that tomorrow night. We'll catch the first follow-up video on it, and then we'll get, probably next week, we'll do the one on the engine. We just spent 5 or 10 minutes just staring at the engine. I mean, because the engine is that amazing. Doug pointed out some interesting features about the Duesenberg engine, because if you guys remember, Duesenbergs were just sold as a chassis. Chassis, front end, but nothing behind the dash cowl area. Everything else was custom built by a coach builder. So Duesenbergs were just, they were strictly a coach built car. It was only for the rich and famous. That's the only, at Duesenberg, you could buy multiple regular cars for what a Duesenberg would cost you back in the 30s, at the height of the Great Depression, no less. So we've got more coming on it. It was an awesome experience for me. I learned a lot about a car that I've never had the opportunity to experience. Thanks to Doug for bringing me in to help do that. I'm glad we could share it with you. Spread that one around to your friends. It's I think everybody will get a kick out of that. And like I said, we've got a lot more coming on it, so I think you guys are going to appreciate that as well. With that, I'm going to get ready to wrap this thing up. No, Duesenberg engines were, Duesenberg was a regular car company. The Duesenberg brothers, they actually started building cars in like 1922 with the Duesenberg Model A. But after E.L. Cord bought them in the late 20s, if I remember, I believe E.L. Cord bought Duesenberg from the Duesenberg brothers in the late 20s and told them to design and build the most magnificent, powerful drivetrain you can come up with. And that's where the Duesenberg Model J came from. But like I said, they were essentially just cowl forward, sheet metal on the running gear, and then they were custom coach bodies from there on out. So like I said, more on that coming tomorrow night. And then I'll probably throw it, well, I don't know what I'm going to throw up Friday night. We're going to be on the road, so I don't know what we're going to do. So I'll be on the road. If not, I've got plenty of videos ready. I've got some new inventory. I got stuff in the new yard. I got a lot of neat stuff. So if I don't find anything cool on the road to shoot, I'll throw something up Friday night, probably some new inventory. Thanks for stopping by, Norma. And glad you enjoyed it. And we'll see what happens. I'll see what I can find. I'm making a few phone calls along the route that I'm going. And so that maybe I can come up with some cool stuff for Sunday night live chat auctions. Don't know what we're going to do. Completely up in the air at this point. Like I told you Sunday night, I will, if you don't see a post pop up, 5, 6 o'clock Sunday, we're going to plan on going on around 7 for a while. So don't know what it's going to entail. It's going to depend on time. It's going to depend on how my weekend flows since I'm going to be on the road. But we'll try to jump on and hang out and at least talk about what happened this week and maybe auction off a few cool pieces that, yeah, fresh auction, because I don't even know what it is yet. I may take a few small things with me just so we have something, but I really don't know. I don't know what I'm going to find. I've called a couple guys, said I may swing by. If I get your way, they're like, yep, we'll be around, swing by. So I'm hoping to come up with some cool stuff. Fresh meat, so fresh that I don't even know what it is yet. So that'll be fun. That's what makes it fun, though. Anyway, I'm going to jump off. Thanks for swinging by tonight. Thanks for hanging out. I got to text this guy back because I got these from him last time, and he just texted me he got 3 more loads in today. Got to get back with that dude. Yeah, and it's the same guy that sent me that text that night, said I got signs, and then went crickets on me. So got to get back with him. So thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate you swinging by. Hope you enjoyed the lunch pails, the zoo truck, and the dealership memorabilia. Good night, everybody. Hope you have a great week. Stay tuned. More cool Duesenberg stuff tomorrow night, and then we'll see what happens on Sunday night for Sunday Night Live Chat. Thanks for watching, everybody.